A woman took to social media to get some opinions on cutting ties with her Bridezilla friend after she was asked to put almost $20,000 on her credit card. Some brides do have expensive taste, and TikTok user Kooky Mookie got overwhelmed when her friend was going a little overboard. This is a screenshot of the text she sent to her. Kooky Mookie wrote, "Hey, are you available to talk this week? I really am just not sure I'm gonna be able to afford everything. With the outfit and trips, we're nearing $20,000, which is basically my student loan payment. I know how special you want this day to be, but is there any way we could reconsider some of the events and clothing?" The bride was quick to say no and say, "Just go into credit card debt." She replied to Kooky, "Hey girl, sorry to say, but unfortunately not really. And I did lay this out in my bridal party PDF. I'm not sure why it's such a surprise. Actually, I'm sure you've been budgeting this for a while. You're included because you're my best friend, and I think you really represent me well for my big special day. I'd ask for you to please just find a way to make it happen, you know? It's once in a lifetime. Don't you have a high budget Amex? In a pinch, maybe you could use that and figure it out later. Sorry, just don't really know what else to say." The bride followed that up with another suggestion. "I can ask Timmy if he has anything he could loan you with a little interest if that helps. Maybe like a 20K loan, would need to be paid back." Before Mookie had a chance to respond, the bride sent this incredibly ballsy follow-up message. "Are the girls planning something special to gift me at the bachelorette party? Just want to make sure you're thinking of it. No pressure, this is just the most stressed I've ever been planning this and for everyone to enjoy, and I really think I could use a treat." Crying emoji, laughing emoji with a gift from bridesmaids. So frightening.
Yeah, there's no winners here, Ben. And we haven't even gotten to the $200,000 request, which is coming up in a minute. So it just, there's no end to this madness. But like, the bride is easy to pick on, and I'm definitely gonna pick on her in a second. But I'm also kind of bothered that this person who's the maid of honor is putting her on blast publicly. Even if you don't know her actual name, I mean, the people in their lives can figure out who Mookie Kooky is.
And her picture's there in the text.
Yeah, come on, right? And so that is a hell of a thing to do to, you know, someone who's apparently a really good friend of yours, to blast them. And remember, they're not talk show hosts like us. Like, they're, oh, okay, hey, we're in the field of combat or whatever. These are civilians and they're just knifing each other in social media. It's pretty brutal. On the other hand, if you were going to knife anyone on social media, it might be this bride. Like, wow. So after, like, I'm so worried I'm gonna get bankrupted by your wedding, she's like, now don't forget the gift. No pressure, but I'm really gonna need an extra gift.
And we can loan you money at interest.
At interest. At interest, that is unbelievable. And then, but I don't know if you guys noticed this part. The part that, there's two things that give you an excellent sense of her personality. One is, I already sent this in my bridal PDF. I don't know why it would be a surprise to you. Like, nice sarcastic response when you're asking her to spend $20,000 on your wedding, not her wedding. I mean, people have weddings for under $20,000. Everybody's doing backyard weddings now. I mean, to just be in the wedding party, oh my God. But then my favorite was, you know, I really like you, you're my best friend. Plus, you represent me well on my special day. Like, you represent me well. When I was picking, you know, the people in my wedding party, I wasn't thinking like, which one's gonna make me look the best? Okay, hey, you, no, sorry, you don't represent me well, move along. Okay, I mean, I like you, but come on. Okay, you're nice and handsome and rich, come on, you represent me well. What does that mean, represent me well on that day? So she's like, no, I'm not letting you out of it. And it's not really because you're a friend, but because for whatever metrics that I've decided in my PDF, you make me look better. So no, you're gonna have to pay that $20,000. Again, let alone the giant new expense coming in a second.
And not to mention another thing, I don't know if people noticed, that was utter ridiculousness in the bride's text. This only happens once in a lifetime? Since when?
Oh, that's a good point. I had a friend who got engaged and bought a ring and then didn't get married many times, got married 3 times. They used to call him the Lord of the Rings, okay? And so when he called me up, 2 days before his second wedding. And I'm like, brother, I can't make it in 2 days. What are you doing, right? Why didn't you tell me earlier? And he's like, don't worry about it. You'll catch the next one.
Amazing. According to screenshots, Mookie Pookie or whatever is apparently the maid of honor. But what Mookie posted next had people actually wondering if this was real or not. In a since deleted TikTok screenshot showed the bride had sent images of what Mookie needed to buy, including a $5,900 Pamela Roland dress, $8,500 Gianvito Rossi boots. Shoes are a little more expensive, but you can use the 15% off code, Mookie's friend said. Every bridesmaid has to also wear an authentic Tiffany diamond necklace, but since you're the MOH, yours is a little more intricate. Then sent a photo of a $200,000 Tiffany necklace Mookie needed to buy. It's also one of the ugliest necklaces I've ever seen. Looks like 3 lima beans fell in a bunch of sand. Sorry, I can't help at all with cost, but you'll wear it again. It's an investment piece, and I need this.
I need this.
Needs it. She can't be happy in holy matrimony with her one true love unless her friend's wearing a very expensive necklace around her neck that she won't ever look at or even acknowledge her presence on that day.
Yeah, I mean, how do I get married without you wearing a $200,000 necklace?
You can't do it.
And
also, Mookie shared that the bridesmaid PDF and bachelorette party gift ideas included a $4,500 Pilates reformer from Goop, $2,600 Lima laser starter kit from Neiman Marcus, $6,100 gold brick phone clutch from Judith Lieber, and a $1,390 champagne flute set. Not to forget the $1,900 18-karat gold earrings. I want out of this friendship, and I don't even know who the person is.
Yeah, so it just goes to show you, though, people's different perspectives. Because this person thinks that she's perfectly rational, and I'm sure now that her friend put it on social media, she probably thinks she's the world's greatest victim too. Now her special day, oh my God, she is not being represented well, and I think that's the reason for the necklace too. Like, she doesn't care about her friend; she just wants her friend to look really good, so she looks really good on her wedding day. But I mean, look, this is so over the top. It's unbelievable. I mean, the reason why I think that it's probably real is because that's how the world is. The world's crazy, filled with people with wild perspectives that do not match our own at all. And on the necklace, she wasn't like, I demanded. She was on that one, she was a little bit more conciliatory, right? Like, I get it, but this kind of that looks like this one, and this one looks special. She's trying to explain, like, maybe you take out the Amex and put another 200K on it, right? But to me, the boots were the Rubicon, basically. Like, I pictured myself, like, I've been in a lot of wedding parties. If one of my friends said, I'm gonna need you to get $8,500 shoes. $8,500 for shoes. And shoes, I don't know how many times you're gonna wear them, right? Given the context, right? But don't worry, Cenk, 15% off.
You'd have to use those boots to kick that person in the face, I think, is the only option.
Well, look, and that gets to the other question. How are other people friends? Because with my friends, if they said this, I'd be like, no, there's no chance I'm doing any of that. And you're nuts, and you're gonna look like an total ass if you ask anybody else to do it. If she's the maid of honor, if I'm your best man, I'm gonna tackle you before you ask anyone else to do this, because you're gonna look like the worst person on earth, right? I'm trying to help you out, brother. Do not ask anyone to get $8,500 boots to be in your stupid wedding party, right?
And that is sometimes maybe a privilege that guy friendships have, that sometimes female friendships I've noticed don't have. Guys can just straight up say to each other, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You say that to your girlfriend, and there's gonna be a fight that will last maybe years.
Lots of crying. I said, okay, I got you, but you're not helping her by enabling her. Well, this person didn't enable her, but then she went a little over the top.
Also, it's a little bit odd, the logic of this bride beyond the extravagant expenses. I prefer brides who go the opposite way and want their bridesmaids to look not very good so they look better by comparison. That's smarter, it's cheaper for everybody. It's like my comedian friend Justine Marino says, when she has her first wedding, she wants to have a Jurassic Park theme. She's gonna come in on a Triceratops side saddle because she's a lady, and she's gonna have all of her bridesmaids dressed like velociraptors because it's her day.
See, that's why all my groomsmen, ugly as it gets.
Yeah.
I pick the ugliest guys I know. I put them in there so I look better by comparison. It's my special day.
Yeah.
And I want them to represent me well. All right, I'm kidding. You see, guys can do that. My groomsmen aren't going to actually be like, oh, did you think I was ugly? Is that why you picked me? No, we're just playing around.
And that's why I'm single, is because I'm holding out until I get richer, better looking friends that can kind of lift me up. So that's my big goal.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing is the way that this should have been resolved is, hey, I can't do that. This is crazy. Much love, but I don't have the money for any of that. So like, you make the call. If you want to take me out of the wedding party because I'm not representing you well, no problem. Super happy about it. If you want to keep me in and we change things around, super happy about it. I'm coming to the wedding either way and wish you well. And I hope on that day you are represented gloriously. Okay, but it's not gonna be by me if you're gonna make me buy $8,500 boots.
Or you just show up with like the worst quality knockoffs and everything and assume that she will not notice. Like literally come with like a string with lima beans dipped in sand or one of those candy necklaces and see if she even looks your way.
Yeah, I mean, this person sounds so self-obsessed that she might not.
Probably not.